Hello and welcome to In Depth. I'm Teena Jha. The fourth edition of the Indian rankings based on the National Institutional Ranking Framework 2019 were announced this week. IIT Madras topped the HRD Ministry's National Ranking of Higher Education Institutes, while Bangalore's Indian Institute of Science and Delhi's Miranda House were adjudged Best University and Best College respectively. Among the management colleges, the top 6 ranks have been retained by the Indian Institutes of Management, led by Bengaluru. IIT-Delhi, Mumbai and Roorkee are also among the top 10 in the category. So how are the rankings done under NIRF? What is the basis of these rankings and how do they help students seeking admission to these institutes? Let's analyze in depth today. So IIT Madras has topped the national ranking of higher institutes released by the Ministry of Human Resources Development earlier this week. Bangalore's Indian Institute of Science and IIT-Delhi ranked 2nd and 3rd in the list respectively. The ranking of the institutions based on the methodology outlined by the National Institutional Ranking Framework in 2016 was released by President Ramnath Kovind. On Monday, President Ramnath Kovind released this year's India rankings for higher education institutions. The Ministry of Human Resources prepares the rankings based on the methodology outlined by the National Institutional Ranking Framework in 2016. Releasing the figures, the President said India has the 3rd biggest education system in the world and the recent expansion in higher education has widened its access. He added that the overall standard of quality education remains uneven.
The higher education system in India is large and complex. Our country has the 3rd biggest such system in the world, with 903 universities, 39,050 affiliated colleges and 10,011 standalone institutions. This network has as many as 34 million students and the strength of the teaching faculty is almost 1.3 million.
The President also said a ranking system fosters a spirit of healthy competition between institutions. He added that rankings allow students and teachers to make informed choices and give a clear picture about gaps that need appropriate policy interventions.
Qualities and excellence are multidimensional. They need to be understood in the context of institutional goals and objectives. The parameters for quality would invariably include quality of infrastructure, faculty, student inputs, curriculum and pedagogy, graduation outcomes and research.
In overall rankings, IIT Madras topped the national ranking of higher institutions, followed by Indian Institute of Science Bangalore in 2nd place and IIT Delhi in 3rd place. IIT Bombay, Kharagpur and Kanpur are ranked 4, 5 and 6 in the overall national ranking of higher institutes. JNU got 7th rank in overall charts, followed by IIT Roorkee and IIT Guwahati, while BHU is placed at number 10.
This is the National Institutional Ranking Framework which is being done by MHRD, and this is the 3rd year when NIRF rankings are being done, and there are several categories of competitions amongst institutions such as colleges, universities. They have a separate category for universities, they have a separate category for management, engineering, medicine, and so there are about 9 such categories and colleges fall in one. So the colleges are assessed for their on several parameters. About 5 parameters are there on the basis of which the certain kind of markings are done, and each parameter has its own weightage, and then the comparative analysis with the other colleges is done, and then the rankings are done around this time of the year.
In other rankings, National Law School Bangalore topped in law colleges. Delhi University's Miranda House topped national ranking of colleges, and IIM Bangalore ranked 1st among country's management institutes. IIT Madras also emerged as the top innovative institution in the country in the 1st edition of the Atal ranking of institutions on innovation achievements.
this is data driven. So along five dimensions, colleges are expected to provide data and factual data, and it has to be reliable, it has to be valid. It's important because higher education is most important for development of the country, and institutions should be answerable to public at large, to governments, and also a ranking helps the potential student to decide which institution it should aim for.
The colleges were rated on the basis of teaching, learning and resources, research and professional practices, graduation outcomes, outreach and inclusivity, and perception. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. The HRD Ministry also released the top-ranked engineering and medical colleges in the country. While IIT Madras was placed at the top with a score of 89.05 points, Delhi's All India Institute of Medical Sciences was ranked the best medical college with 87.52 points. Launched in September 2015, the National Institutional Ranking Framework outlined a methodology to rank institutions across the country. This year, it released rankings of institutes in 9 separate categories, including overall universities, engineering, colleges, management, pharmacy, medical, architecture and law. Among the top 10 engineering colleges are IIT Madras at the top with a score of 89.05. IIT Madras also bagged the top spot in overall category with 83.88 points. IIT-Delhi is second among engineering colleges with 85.36 points. IIT Bombay comes next with 84.4 points. At the 4th position is IIT Kharagpur with 79.41 points. IIT Kanpur is at the 5th position with 77.57 points.
These have come in as separate categories. If you look at the overall ranking of these institutions, they are not in the top league. But certainly you're finding that if IITs has been dominated characteristically by Indian Institutes of Technology, the first 5 IITs that were established, and now the newer IITs are quickly catching up. So you find Guwahati and Hyderabad are very much there, and the surprise engineering college that has come in happens to be from Tiruchirappalli.
Engineering colleges performed well in the overall category as well. 4 of the 5 top institutes in the overall category are engineering colleges. IIT Madras at 1st place, IIT Delhi at 3rd, followed by IIT Bombay at 4th spot and IIT Kharagpur at 5th position. 7 IITs also made it among overall top 10 institutes. Among medical institutes, All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi is the best medical college with 87.52 points. Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research in Chandigarh is at 2nd spot with 77.88 points. Christian Medical College, Bangalore, bagged the 3rd place with 70.32 points. Lucknow's Sanjay Gandhi Postgraduate Institute of Medical Sciences is 4th with 64.16 points. While the 5th position has been taken by Banaras Hindu University of Varanasi with 62.84 points.
Methodology, one is able to sort of do things better for its own self. It gives you a reason, another reason I would say, to improve on what you have been doing so far. One would know what are our weak areas, what are our strong points, and will give us reasons to work on the weak areas. And it's being done at an all India level. It gives us in itself, the agencies are helping through these kind of rankings. It's helping the country to attain positions in the academic map of the world.
In the pharmacy category, Jamia Hamdard of Delhi is 1st, followed by Punjab University, National Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research. Mohali is at 3rd, while Institute of Chemical Technology Mumbai is 4th. Birla Institute of Technology and Science Pilani is at the 5th position. The NIRF ranks the institutes on the basis of teaching, learning and resources, professional practice, graduation outcomes, outreach and inclusivity. With inputs from Vipul Agrawal, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. Time for a short break on the program. When we return, we tell you about the top management colleges in India. Do stay with us.
Shah Jahan wanted a place where he can design a new city and a new palace of his own choice.
Shah Jahan's architecture, you've achieved a classical type style, an emphasis on symmetry, on balance, on not over ornamentation. Probably the most remarkable part of the Red Fort, to my mind, and its still extant, is the throne in the public audience hall.
India united for the first time, seen from the Red Fort in 1857. The second time during the INA trials, that is 1945-46, and then again in 1947.
Welcome back. You're watching In Depth. Every youngster wants a bright future. Students across the country even work hard for it. And in order to realize their dreams, they want to get into the best of colleges. In our next report, let's tell you about the top management colleges and institutions across the country.
Top colleges that made the cut in the National Institutional Ranking Framework include Delhi University's Miranda House that backed the first with the score of 73.22 points. With 70.57 points, Hindu College secured second position. Chennai's Presidency College took third spot with 68.01 points. St. Stephen's College of Delhi University is fourth with 67.55 points. Lady Shri Ram College for Women managed to score 66.71 points to take fifth position. Chennai's Loyola College scored 66.31 points. Delhi University's Shri Ram College of Commerce secured 7th rank with 64.94 points. Ramakrishna Mission Vivekananda Centenary College in Rohara, West Bengal scored 64.76. Hansraj College of Delhi University was ranked 9th with 64.65 points this year. Calcutta St. Xavier's College came 10th with 64.50 points. This time only 6 colleges of Delhi University could make it to the NIRF ranking.
Well, the National Institutional Ranking Framework introduced 3 to 4 years back is an extremely important move. It allows institutions, one, to share their own achievements with public at large, but more importantly, it also allows them to evaluate themselves along very important criteria.
Let's look at top management schools that made it to the National Institutional Ranking Framework this time. IIM Bangalore is at top spot in the NIRF Rankings 2019 under the management category with 81.34 score. With a 80.61 score, IIM Ahmedabad made to the second position. West Bengal's IIM Calcutta scored 79.05 points to obtain the third rank. IIM Lucknow with 67.29 points stood at the 4th place, while Madhya Pradesh's IIM Indore was ranked 5th position with 67.01 scores.
There are 5 parameters on which institutions provide data. The first is on teaching learning resources. The second is research and professional practices. Then you do look at the graduation outcomes. That is, what is the performance of the students in examinations, what are their placements, how many of them progress into higher education, how many of them move into the workforce, and so on and so forth. Then inclusivity and diversity profile of an institution is equally important. And lastly, how does public at large perceive the institution?
For the awards, the framework outlines a methodology to rank institutions across the country. The methodology draws from the overall recommendations, broad understanding arrived at by a core committee set up by a Ministry of HRD to identify the parameters for ranking various universities and institutions. With inputs from Vipul Agrawal, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Other than medical, engineering and management, there are some fields that are showing a lot of potential. Law and Architecture Institute is one of these emerging fields. NIRF has also listed architecture as one of the emerging fields with a lot of employment potential in India as well as abroad.
Vacancies for lawyers in high courts and lower courts indicate a bright future for law students in the country. According to the Bar Council of India, thousands of lawyers are employed in courts or corporate legal services. The students have an array of law universities and institutions to choose from. The best among them, as ranked by NIRF, going by the standard of education, atmosphere and quality, include the National Law School of India University in Bangalore at the top. The National Law School of India University has the highest score of 77.21 points, while Delhi's National Law University stands second with 76.23 points. The Nalsar University of Law in Hyderabad is ranked third with a score of 74.61 points. At fourth is IIT Kharagpur with 69.81 points, and fifth is Kolkata's West Bengal National University of Judicial Sciences with 65.39 points.
As I said, it's important for higher education institutions to give a very broad-based opportunity to students. On one, 3 dimensions are important. Teaching learning is important, that anyway all colleges will be working on, but creating a research ecosystem and giving early opportunities for students to innovate, to create, and also to publish becomes extremely important. And finally, of course, community engagement and extension work is very important.
Apart from these, colleges that figure among the top 10 law colleges are National Law University Jodhpur, Symbiosis Law School of Pune, Jamia Millia Islamia of Delhi, Gujarat National Law University in Gandhinagar, Gujarat and Rajiv Gandhi National University of Law in Punjab's Patiala. The top 10 colleges have adopted better education system in recent days that has improved their level, while the ranking of many more colleges has consistently remained at the top.
Concentrate on areas where we would think, suppose we don't have students from a particular region, probably we would be able to encourage them also to be a part of this atmosphere of the college. So the way the assessments are done, they help us in going further up. So that is the whole essence of NIRF. That is a very, very encouraging initiative.
Shifting focus, the other stream that has widened scope in recent times as a career is architecture. But the field is characterized by a lack of skilled professionals. There are more than 200 colleges in India which are imparting education in architecture. Despite this, there is a scarcity of trained architects. According to RICS estimates, India's urban population will be 600 million by 2030, for which new cities and towns will be required. It means development development of urban and rural infrastructure. On the other hand, in order to achieve the government's target of making houses available to all by 2022, there will be more need for qualified professionals in the construction and development sectors. According to NIRF, the best architecture educational institutions include Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, at the top institute with a score of 81.96. In the second place is IIT Roorkee with 78.33 points. Third is Kerala's National Institute of Technology, Calicut, with a score of 65.20. Delhi's School of Planning and Architecture has gained fourth spot with 62.49 points. Kerala's College of Engineering with 59.67 points got the fifth spot. Apart from these top 5 colleges, Bhopal's School of Planning and Architecture, Tamil Nadu's Institute of Technology, Jamia Millia Islamia of Delhi and Andhra Pradesh Vijayawada's School of Planning and Architecture and Ranchi's Birla Institute of Technology have also scored high in the rankings.
A lot of digital learning through the MOOC lectures, through Swayam portal, and umpteen number of lectures of various topics, various subjects have been put in, and that enables the students from far-flung areas to go through those lectures and again without even having a direct contact program. So that is really very much a need of the hour.
Professional teaching institutes are continuously developing capable and successful professionals in the field of law and architecture through better studies, environment, research and training. However, it is also important to acknowledge that though the ranking of Indian educational institutions in the country has certainly improved, there is a need for our institutions to come up among global rankings. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
So that's it from us in today's edition of In Depth. You can also watch it online on YouTube and Twitter. And don't forget to send your feedback and suggestions about our program. We'll be back same time tomorrow with a comprehensive view on some other subject. Until then, keep watching Rajya Sabha TV.